Chris and Mike here with YouBetcha Outdoors. We're fishing in the North Metro today, and we're getting into some nice bluegills this morning. Shut the camera off for a few minutes, and of course the fish start biting. This is what we're looking at today. 7 to 8 inch bluegills, perfect eating size. We're just getting enough for a little meal here. Nice eater bluegill.
There's one. So it's been a pretty consistent bite. Come and go when they show up. They'll be real finicky. They'll sniff for a while, chase you for a few feet, but never commit. And then all at once, you get a couple racing up off the bottom, and they hammer it. On a cold day, it's a lot easier to be patient, so you're not feeling the need to move around, just because it takes a lot more work and it's cold.
To get away from the crowds, get on the outskirts. Don't be afraid to just sit out by yourself. It's a colder day today, so we only got probably 10 other people out here, and they're all hanging out in that deep hole, and there isn't anybody within 100 yards of us today, and we're doing just fine. We got a nice mess of fish in the bucket, and it's been real consistent action all day for us.
It's kind of tricky, especially when it's a new lake, you haven't fished it before. It's so easy to just follow the crowd and let yourself kind of see what everyone else is doing. But you got to trust your instincts a little bit. Read the lake maps, look for structure, find something that's worked well in the past, at least something to make a decision on. Because otherwise you just fall victim to doing what everyone else is doing, and they might not be catching fish. So that's where it is nice to branch out a little bit, be willing to try, and you end up often getting rewarded for it.
This is kind of a strange day for us. Typically you wouldn't see us sitting in a fish house like this. We're the type of anglers who like to move around and drill holes. The more holes you drill, the more casts you make. It's basically how we look at it. So it's kind of a different setup for us today. We're sitting in new fish house, a Jason Mitchell Thermal X by Clam, and so far I've been real happy with it. Like I said, it's in the double digits below zero. We have the heater on low this morning, and perfectly comfortable in the house. There's another nice one. A little on the small side. We might actually let him go.
They do seem to come in waves. Like, we are consistently finding them together, and then when it shuts down, they both seem to be shut down. So I think the school is probably moving around us a little bit. We pick up a few and they roll by, and then wait for it to come back.
Alright, so we've had a little lull in the action here, and one thing you want to remember to do is change up your presentation. We're still marking fish pretty consistently, but we're getting a lot more sniffers instead of biters. So Mike and I have both been switching up our presentations a little bit, changing jigs, changing plastics, and just trying to figure out what they want. You know, their attitude changes throughout the day, so don't be afraid to throw the tackle box at them. So I've been working a couple of fish on my Vexilar here for a few minutes now, and I can get them to chase, but they just won't commit and bite the presentation that I'm using. So what I'm going to do is change up the plastics and the color a little bit, see what we got going. Whoa.
There's a dandy.
Whoa.
Holy cow. Literally, that's a cow. That is a beautiful fish. Got the double chin action going on. She's a brute. So now, again, trying to work that different technique, I started pounding the bottom with my jig, trying to create a little bit of noise or cause a disturbance down there. And again, it's not that I feel like that's a tested tactic,
but it's something different to try. And that's sometimes we get stuck just sitting there staring at the Vexilar screen, just bouncing the rod tip, and it doesn't work. So you have to just try something a little bit different. So working little different strategies here and there, trying something new. You don't have to always hear a tip from somebody to try it and see if it works and see what happens.
For YouBetcha Outdoors, I'm Chris.
I'm Mike.
We'll see you on the water.